Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Brethren, we're going to be getting into the Nag Hammadi this evening. Kind of explain some of the things that are going on right now. Yeah, I've been feeling a little anxiety just because of the things that you're hearing. I know the Most High has everything under control. But when you just hear constant looping of the same stories over and over again, talking about how great everything is, how they're on offense now because they have the vaccine, how they expect to have everything back to normal by the summer. Kind of makes you think, like, how many times do you guys need to see the truth before you'll believe? How much leeway or grace does the Most High have to give you before you'll change? This is going for the Gentiles, 2/3, anyone who's still not listening to what we have to say. I guess the exact anxiety is like, wanting to see the Most High open up on these people. But we must, of course, learn to be patient and know that the Most High is doing a work, doing a wonder right now. And after I read these a couple passages that I'm going to read to you guys this evening, my anxiety level went down, started feeling much better, started, just getting things back in focus. When you only hear one side constantly on a loop, and it's always about how great they're doing, it's enough to kind of throw you off. So I had to turn off the television, just kind of refocus, just spend time quietly with the Most High in order for him to open up my eyes, and just show him what he's doing. See, right now, we know that destruction is coming. Do we know how everything is coming? Not necessarily. But we do know the Most High is in charge, and he is bringing judgment. See, to all the people who have been like, oh, we're out of this. We're good now. The vaccines, as they released their guidance today on what they can and can't do if they're completely vaccinated or not. And sitting here and looking at, the reactions of the people. See, they don't really even care. They were already out and about doing their things. Millions have flown every day for the last 5 days or something like that. There's been over 1 million people flying every day. Spring break is already going on. They were showing it in Miami, and how people are just going crazy. They say 400,000 people were at their motorcycle weekend. All-Star weekend last weekend. Parties at universities. It's really like, if you think of it, they're partying like they've never partied before, because they've had a year like they've never had before. So you got all this pent up, they got all this pent up feelings of wanting to get out and party right now. And the Most High has given them their opportunity. What was crazy, I'm going to put it in the chat. Not in the chat, I'm going to put it in the comments down there. You guys can check it out. Where they were showing a clip of Sanjay Gupta from last year. And it's playing out exactly the same way today. Only thing they'll say is different is that, oh, we have a vaccine, so that's the difference. Last year, we didn't have a vaccine, but in 1 year we had this miracle vaccine. And it's funny because they'll talk about how things were going last year, but then I'll quickly want to shift to, well, let's not talk about the past anymore. Let's look forward. And see, everyone that you listen to on these news stations, they're all walking lockstep. They're all saying the exact same talking points. Oh, the numbers have plateaued. How do we know the numbers have plateaued? Have you really been testing? The numbers have plateaued. But that's a great thing. They plateaued a little bit high, but that's okay. We got the vaccine, and 10 to 12% of the population is already, vaccinated fully, and it will be at 20% in a couple of weeks, and then we'll be able to ease the restrictions. See, they're making all of these assumptions like the news is never going to change. The numbers are only going to stay plateaued or go down, or if they go up, they'll go up just a little bit. And they're all saying the same things over and over again. And you're going to see why shortly. They're inviting the people who've lost faith over this last year back into their society. They're called the devil is calling them back into their society. The devil is like, hey, it's clear, it's all clear. Come on back. We're wide open again. In fact, yeah, we're take off those masks. We don't need those masks. You know what? 100% go back into those businesses. Go back into those restaurants. Oh, but don't party too much. But so you're getting two different, ideas going on at the same time. Then at the end, they'll barely touch on the variants. Oh, we only have like 19 cases of, this one variant in what is it, Brazil. Oh, it's like, how would you guys know? You guys don't even test. They pick and choose the information that they want to pull out. They pick and choose the information, and it's always the rosy information. It's like if something bad comes up, oh, well, we don't know, it's unconfirmed. If a bad variant comes up and it's doing all these things, well, we don't know for sure, it's unconfirmed. See, that's Esau for you. Unless Esau confirms it, it doesn't matter. But when they want to say, oh, yeah, we're sure that this virus is going to work, and we're pretty sure it's going to work. We're pretty sure it's going to work on all the variants. Well, have you guys tested it? Well, no. See, if they don't test something, they can still go out there and say something positive. That's okay. But if something bad, they just kind of sweep it under the rug. But is that not what they've always done? They always talk about how great America is, how it's the land of the free, home of the brave. It's for, freedom for everyone. But then when you start bringing out examples of how they treated us like garbage and rape, rob, and murder, and then they just want to sweep that under the rug. We haven't confirmed that. I'm sure that's what they're going to say. Esau hasn't confirmed that, or they don't want to talk about that. The Gentiles don't want to talk about that. Let me show you why all of these things they're saying is false. They never dealt with the 400 years. They just ignored it. The 400-year prophecy that we came out of slavery. They've never dealt with who we are as a people. They've never dealt with how we fit into their Bible that they're using. They just ignored all of that. So there's no way, if you guys haven't dealt with that, if you guys haven't dealt with the consequences of what you've done, then all this, all this positive talk about how you guys are coming back is an absolute farce. Because the Most High already said, after the 400 years, the country that put us in slavery is going to have to pay for that. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts. Let's actually just read that really quick. It wasn't hey, you get 1 year and then you get to get back on, on the saddle and you're running everything once again. That's not how this is. Genesis 15:13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. You afflicted us for 400 years. And also that nation, whom they shall serve, will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. So that's the prophecy. You guys have not dealt with that prophecy. All you've done is just ignored what your recompense will be. You've ignored who we are. Now, in the Sanjay Gupta video, they were talking about how, it's a fine line because they don't want to make the population scared. So they have to kind of like toe the line. They were talking about this, how they did that last year. But the thing is that right now, and he said like last year, at this date last year, March 9th, things were still rosy. There was only 22 deaths. Everything was still looking fine. People were out partying. People were out doing their own thing. Does that not look like what's going on right now? They're telling you now everything is fine. We got this vaccine. It's going to work against everything. Once you get, but you're completely covered with the second shot or the first shot, 2 weeks after, you're great. And see, people hear that because that's what they want to hear. And then they're like just going crazy all over the place, vacationing, setting up summer trips, trying to go on trips next month in May. They just can't help themselves because they think everything's about to be wide open once again. Exactly like last year. So I want you guys to check out that video when I put it in the description box because it's following the exact same pattern. The doctors are still telling you, like one will say, things are going great because I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of optimism because of these because of these vaccines. And they're like, we're gonna all we have to do is hold on for a couple more weeks or a couple more months. It's been like that for over a year. If we can get through the next month or two, we'll be good. How many times have we heard that? If we get through the next couple months, we'll be good. They're saying the same thing now. If you can get out, if we get till May where we have all these vaccines, we'll be good. That's the devil talking. Because the devil will not tell you why these plagues are here. The devil has ignored why the Most High has sent these plagues. And the Most High is batting 1,000. If he says this is going to happen, it'll happen. If he says you're going to have to pay for what you've done to the Most High's chosen people, it's going to happen. And so you don't hear many voices talking about, hey, why is this plague here? They're all into, well, the vaccine here has destroyed the plague. They say they're going to knock it down. They're going to knock this plague out. So they're saying many things. But we all know that that's not true. So, we get attacked. They send demons to, play with us, and they send demons to run things through our minds, try to cause doubt. But we know the Most High is in charge. And we're surrounded by demons. And they are there to discourage. And they're not there to discourage the other nations. They're there to discourage us. And this is why, since we're still praying at noon and 6 o'clock, I'm going to put a call out for us to pray for the Most High to fulfill his covenant with the Most High's chosen people, to sweep the other nations off of our land, to restore our people, to restore our lands, to restore our water, our animals, everything. We are the ones that have the power to talk to the Most High. We're getting now about a week and a half from our new year. We're going to pray for the downfall of our enemies. We're going to pray for the Most High to shut their mouths with all their lies that they've been able to come out and bring out. We're going to pray that the Most High shows his power in the face of the Gentiles. See, right now, they refuse to listen to us and our power. But he's going to definitely shut their mouths very soon. They're out here running the streets, acting like, they've won, and that life is going to go back to normal. And we know what normal means for them. Us back at the bottom, them at the top, them calling the shots. So we're going to see who has that power. Their Caesarea or our power. So I'm asking the nation to continue to pray and pray against all of these people who are putting their faith in Jesus, in white Jesus, in good times Jesus. Look at how much things have changed in a little over a year since we've been praying. We started it last January, and the Most High shut the whole system down by March. Let's continue for the Most High, to continue to pray to the Most High to shut down this system again. And to him goes all the glory. To the Most High goes the glory. To the Most High, and what he says comes to pass. So we're going to see who has the power. We're going to see if, just by looking at what's going on, is the Most High about to shut this place down? Yes. Is he going to bring the pain? Yes. Is he going to protect us with that Psalms 91 coverage? Yes. Is he going to restore us like he said he would? Yes. We will be restored in the eyes of the nations. They're going to know who our power is and who we are very soon. We're not trying to come together with some, and work together to, bring back normal. That's the 2/3. You can have them. But we're praying for us to be moved back up to the head and you others to the tail. We're praying for the blessings that the Most High promised us that you've had for a very long time. But your time of staying in possession of our heritage is over. And that's what this is all coming down to right now. If you believe that the Most High is not true, if you believe that after 400 years that this prophecy is not true, if you believe that you don't have to pay for what you've done to the Most High's chosen people, all the lies, all the deceit, all the destruction, then by all means, go with the devil, enjoy your good times Jesus, enjoy your vaccines, and enjoy the thought that you have of things going back to normal. But we know that the Most High isn't playing. We know the Most High is going to recompense us for all the things that have happened to us. So when you sit here and listen to, like Sanjay Gupta, and what he said last year is exactly what he's saying this year. They're playing down the variants. They're playing down anything that's negative, anything that goes against their talking points. And you don't see very many going against their talking points. You got many people who you thought they were always talking about the vaccines and Christianity and how they wouldn't take the vaccines, and now they're all rolling up their arms. Can't wait to go take it because they can't wait to try to put us back at the bottom. Normal means the bottom for us. I'm not praying for us to go back at the bottom. I'm not down with trying to go back to putting us at the bottom. I'm praying that we get put at the top and that they go to the bottom. And I continue, and I ask the rest of the nation to do the same. So now let's take a quick look here at the Nag Hammadi. Just wanted to talk to the family a little bit, kind of just share what I'm seeing and what the Most High is showing me. Let's take a look here. This is the Nag Hammadi scriptures that I'm using right now. This is one of my favorites right here. Okay. Hold on real quick. This is what the Most High is doing to the other nations right now with the vaccines and calling everyone back, and we're back, and we're gonna defeat the virus. We're gonna push it down. We're gonna destroy it. We're on offense because we have the vaccines. All that garbage. Take a look. That's what's going on right here with this one right here. The adversary tries to poison us with the food of this world. Okay, and that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, if you take the vaccine, you can do this. If you take the vaccine, you can go see your family. You can go here. You can go there. You can go to the restaurants. Just take the vaccine and come on back. We're back on top. It says we live like this in the world, like fish. The adversary is on the lookout for us and is lying in wait for us, like a fisherman to catch us. The adversary is delighted, okay, to consume us. He dangles many kinds of food before our eyes, the stuff of this world, because he hopes to make us desire, okay, just one kind of food, and to hate and to taste only a little of it, that he may catch us with his hidden poison and take us from freedom into slavery. Now, see, right now, when you get this knowledge and understanding, you're free. The last year of getting this knowledge and understanding, you've become free. Now you look back at the system and you see how it is slavery, how you have to follow the ways of the devil, how you can't think for yourself. Like when you watch television, you watch the news, and they just loop the same information over and over again. That's slavery. You're not allowed to think for yourself. You're not allowed to read other books. We don't read other books, remember? You don't do any of that stuff. You just wait for the pastor to break it down for you, the priest to break it down for you. Oh no, the history says that anything before Columbus, we don't accept. So only look at how we break things down after Columbus. That is slavery. You've had a year of freedom, being able to get the truth. Okay. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay. For when he catches us with a single kind of food, we cannot help but desire the rest of the food. In the end, such things become the food of death. And that's it. Once they get you back in, that's what they're trying to lure you back in with these vaccines. For a year, they haven't had it. So you've been having to just kind of deal with things. But now they're calling you back. Come on back. We got this. We got this under control. Come on back. If you want to come in our group, take this vaccine. If you want all these freedoms that you have before, come on back. But they're not lying. But they're lying to you because you're not even getting all the freedoms. Because they already know that very soon these variants are going to take over. Next one here. The devil lies in wait with food. These are the kinds of food with which the devil lies in wait for us. First, he plants pain in your heart, okay, so that you feel heartache over something trivial in this life. And he catches us with his poisons. After that, he introduces the desire, okay, for an article of clothing so that you will be proud of it. And then love of money, pride, vanity, envy, rivaling envy, beauty of body, and covetousness. The worst of all, these are ignorance and laziness. So he's calling everybody back. You got that poison. Maybe that one thing that you love to do. Now, if you take the vaccine, you can do it again. That's what he's doing. He's giving you that poison. It says, all such kinds of food the adversary prepares in an attractive way and spreads it out before the body. The adversary wants to make the thought of the soul turn the soul to some kind of food, and thus he hopes to overwhelm her. As with a hook, he draws the soul by force and ignorance and deceives her until she conceives evil and bears fruit of matter and behaves badly, pursuing many desires, okay, and cravings, seduced in ignorance by the pleasure of the flesh. So you get a little chance to kind of see, how they're doing that here at the end. They know the Most High is coming, but they're trying to get as many people to go back on their side as they possibly can. That's why they're giving, like, hey, here's your little candy. Here you go. Just like in that Pinocchio movie, when the kids went to the amusement park, had their fun, but then they had to pay at the end. Same thing's going on right now. The world's had their year, got about a week and a half left before the Great Tribulation starts. The soul finally eats the food of life. And this is what has happened to our people, the ones who have been awakened. The soul who has tasted these things has come to realize that sweet passions are fleeting. She has learned about evil, has forsaken, okay, these passions, and has adopted a new lifestyle. Okay, so you're following the ways of the Most High. We've been in this world. We see how they roll. We see what they do. We see how they're trying to get people to go back into following their ways. How they'll use any little thing that they can to deceive people to go back to them. But the virgins who have the oil, they see what's going on. After her experiences, the soul disdains this life because it lasts only for a time. She seeks the kinds of food that will bring her life, and she leaves behind the food of falsehood. And that's exactly what we've done. Left behind the foods of falsehood. She learns about the light and she goes about and strips off, okay, this world. Her true garment, okay, clothes her within, and her bridal gown reveals beauty, okay, of mind rather than um, pride of flesh. She learns about the depth of her being. She runs into her sheepfold, okay, as her shepherd stands at the door. In return for all the shame and scorn she experienced in this world, she receives 10,000 times as much grace and glory. So there's a lot of great information here in this Nag Hammadi. You can see what's going on in the spirit world right now. You see how the devil is being used to pull the other nations away, to pull the 2/3 away, to pretty much expose their spirits. As you can see, no matter how much we try to share the truth, bring the truth, if the Most High doesn't want them, they're not going to be able to see the truth, no matter how many ways we explain it. If it's not for them, it's not for them. So as you listen to their newscasts and everything is positive for them, even when the numbers are wrong, even when it doesn't look like they should be doing certain things, they do it anyway. They're out here partying like it's 1999 because they've had a few weeks of positive news that the Most High has allowed them to have. But we all know that that's for a very short amount of time, and that the Most High's will be done. All praise is the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who was wisdom? Who was Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.